I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. We're here in Canada. I'm with friend of the channel, Steve Plunkett, and we've got a car. Well, you're only going to see this car one time because, well, there's only one of these in the world. Steve, what year, make, and model is this one?
This is a 1949 Cadillac Coupe DeVille, the prototype hand-built Coupe DeVille.
Let's take a look at our featured attraction. So as we come to the car, I just want to let you feature that. So now, this was in the Motorama. We'll talk all about that. How long did you originally have this car? When did you first get it?
Probably bought it in 2012.
And when you bought this car in 2012, it wasn't in this condition?
It was in good condition and complete, but not restored, of course.
Now this is unique to the Motorama car, that little fender inset, which you'll kind of see on some of the cars after that, the Coupe DeVille, your rims. And this car, it's a little bit longer than the regular production vehicle?
It is. It's much longer in the back end than production cars. It's a bigger car.
Yeah. It's got a real nice balance to it, though, for sure. Now this chrome piece that slides down the piece here and comes around back, was that part of the Motorama car? Only for the Motorama?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll explain how that came about.
Go ahead.
This car actually started as a 48 coupe, 48 convertible.
Okay.
And we could tell that in restoration because there were cowl braces at the front to stiffen up the body.
Okay. And
there was a big window well at the back. So what they did is when they were building this car, they actually built a roof for it, a cap. And it's in 3 pieces. You can see, we saw that when we did the blasting, the media blasting. And so it's got a cap put on, a convertible, 48 convertible. They took 2 fenders from 48 cars and extended them. They're much longer rear fenders than the production car, and a much longer trunk as well. It's actually a better looking car than the production car, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Anyway, other things such as the step sill molding is exclusive to the prototype. The mirrors are exclusive to this, never went into production. This is the first car with curved one-piece windshield. This is the first car in the world with stainless steel wheelette moldings, which was a styling option.
Which is this right here?
For decades to come.
Got it.
This is a first. And the antenna on the roof is a 2-way shortwave telephone. This car actually has a 2-way telephone in 1949. And then of course the AM radio antenna here.
Yeah. Let's feature that. Let's start in the back. We have some wonderful trunk and treats too. Now this it has the typical gas cap right there, correct?
Yep, it's right here.
Wonderful. I see it's got a little handle on it too. That was a
yeah,
good idea.
the original lids had a handle.
Got it. All right, we'll close that. Now, was this bumper? It looks like it's body molded into it. Was that specific for this car?
No, that was probably a production bumper.
Okay. Let me show the back of it.
This car actually came with its original engine turned license plate holders.
Oh wow.
It was quite complete. And actually it ran, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
In 2014, we debuted this car at Amelia Island, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
This was the most famous car in North America in 2014. Everybody ran a story on this car. Fox TV News, LA Times, Washington Post, Canadian media. It was everywhere. I have copies of a lot of the articles. It was actually publicized everywhere, called the Long Lost Coupe DeVille.
And here it is.
And here it is. We debuted it at Amelia Island. It got a major reception there.
While we're talking about that, let's show them the trunk and treats. We've got some great trunk and treats.
Okay.
As we start with our trunk and treats, we have the 1949 Coupe DeVille brochure. Steve, this is the actual brochure then for the car at that time?
Yeah, the production car only.
And that would be like so. You can see that there. Folds in half and does that very nicely. So tell me what we have here.
That's a photograph of C.E. Wilson, president of General Motors,
Right there.
before the crowd got in for the very first Motorama show at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York.
Oh, that's beautiful. And then this would be the owner's manual inside the car or inside the glove box. We're not going to go through that completely, but you could see that there. Finding all the treasure of Cadillac ownership. Do you find it to be a treasure, being a Cadillac owner?
Oh yeah, I have glove box manuals in all my cars.
But do you find it to be a treasure to be the owner?
Yes, yeah, for sure.
So it's accurate. Cadillac for $49, the most distinguished motor car. There's your motor in the motor car. Talks about the 45 years of achievement. Now, what a great brochure this is, right? With these designed pictures like so.
Mm-hmm.
Let me have you flip through that if you would, I think.
Yeah.
The elegance. Okay, thank you.
Here's the convertible.
Nice. The Series 62. The Series 62 sedan.
And the Club Coupe.
The Club Coupe.
Looks like a factory hot rod.
Mm-hmm. I like how they do the little drawings too. Nice, okay.
So many different models in that era.
Right.
Here's the height of luxury, which is the limo.
Yeah, where you get in your gown and looks like a bride off to the wedding. Okay. Let's takes you right back to this time frame. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Power windows, and
Yeah.
this shows the ventilation system.
Mm-hmm.
3 blowers in a car.
Wow. Nice. Optional new car equipment, it says.
1949 was the Motor Trend's Car of the Year. It was the first production overhead valve V8 engine, along with Oldsmobile as well.
Nice. And then we have, I'm going to have you open that Motorama book, which you can see because we've got it specifically to some pages there. Go ahead, open that one while I look through this one.
David Temple is the leading author of the Motorama books. He writes beautiful hardcover books on and coverage on these historic traveling technology shows. And this car is in 2 or 3 of his books, and this is his latest book. A number of my cars are actually in it. And he, just for reference, but here's a section on the Transportation Unlimited shows, which eventually was called Motorama shows. So in January 1949 at the Waldorf. Now these are today's pictures of the car as it's seen today. These were taken in Florida at the Amelia Concours.
Yeah, we'll be showing the actual car. Is there another shot of that, or those are the shots?
That's it for this.
Got it. Well, let's take a look at one more piece. I want to just come over here, kind of describe what we have here. These are some original documents. There's that actual document for the Waldorf.
These are actual brochures from the show in 1949. General invitation here for the show. And then this is a flyer for Cadillac specifically. GM made 4 special hand-built one-off Cadillacs for this show. Those are the brochures for it.
331 cubic inch. Going slow enough so you could see those. Tell me about this right here.
Well, this is a from the files of the next car that I bought from the Motorama show as well. So these are pictures of the 4 cars that were built. The Coupe DeVille, a convertible, and 2 4-doors. This is an amazing picture. I have actually been in this room. This is the original design building called the Argonaut Building in downtown Detroit.
Yeah.
The upstairs floor, the top floor, is an interior showroom for GM executives. And the elevator takes the cars up to that top floor, and that's a turntable. That car is sitting on a turntable there. Nice. That shiny hood is the Coupe DeVille. This is the other 4-door we found in LA, and I have it here.
That's amazing.
So I have 2 of the 4 oldest surviving Motorama dream cars.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take it back to the car.
Okay.
We take a look at that long quarter panel here. We're actually going to take you under the hood since the sun is hitting it. We'll show you the front. Is there anything different on the front of the car?
It's pretty much production at the front end.
Okay. So we'll show. Were these production?
Yes.
Okay. And we've got the Cadillac V, the great hood ornament. Let's open the hood, shall we? I know you have to do that inside. The big bumperettes as we pop the hood. And the interior on this car is very special, so we'll kind of make that the dessert. Let me have you open that, please.
Well, there's a story with this engine.
Oh, please, tell me.
This is not the original engine. When C.E. Wilson owned the car for quite some time, then he retired and went to the U.S. military.
Okay.
He gave the car to his secretary, who retired and moved the car to California, where she retired. Anyway, 7 years later, she wore out the original engine. And she had enough clout at General Motors. She called up the dealer and asked for a new engine, so GM actually sent her a 1957 Cadillac Eldorado engine with 2 4-barrel carburetors, power steering kit, and a power brake kit, and an automatic transmission. Now these cars in 49 didn't come with power brakes and power steering, but this one did. And the amusing part is, before that engine left General Motors, they stamped it with the original 49 VIN number. So, wow. As I say, it's a Lumbers matching incorrect engine.
I've never heard of that before. That's amazing.
It's a GM authorized incorrect engine.
And it has the dual quads.
See, certain components are chromed, such as the power window and power seat motor and reservoir is chromed at the bottom.
Yeah.
The oil filter is chromed.
Yeah, that's great.
Just to make it a little more showy.
Yeah. That's really something special. Let's have you fire it. Dual exhaust?
Yes.
I see the exhaust on the side. Can we step on the brakes for a second? There's your tail lights there. Beautiful, those nice fins. Steve, give it a rev. Much more powerful sounding than I thought. One more time. Very nice. That sounds great. We're going to take you to the interior. We'll start in the back of the car because this is, well, pretty amazing in and of itself. Steve, what do we have inside this box? And by the way, look at the padding on the back and the roof liner. What do we have?
It's made to look like a convertible on the inside. That's why you see all the chrome strips and the ribs and that type of thing. Meant to mimic a convertible hardtop. In the armrest here, what's amazing is the original vanity items, where we call them, where you have the lipstick holder, the perfume atomizer of Aperger. There's the another lipstick holder, and this is the ladies' compact with the mirror and powder puff pad.
Wow.
For makeup. It's all still in the car, incredibly.
Oh, and I can just see over there on the far side. Can you open that up?
Here's your lighter and ashtray. Or in this era, they called it an ash receiver.
An ash receiver. Got it. All right, I'm gonna come around, show you can see how it's got this chrome here. If you got a stick in your hand, what's the stick for?
Well, I'll show you.
Please.
There's a lot of, because it's a one-off prototype, there's a lot of wood in this car, even though GM did away with wood in 1936. There's ash wood shaped here to get this shape right here.
Mm-hmm.
We knew because when we blasted the car, all the screws were exposed here. Then here, this was the top of the door panel. That's ash wood. You can see the door lock fit right in there, and that gave you the rounded shape here. And then there's plywood at the back window, all around the Dutchman panel and so on, to create that shape as well. So ash wood was actually used in building this car, this one-off car.
Got it. Steve, why don't I have you walk around the other side? Before you do that, though, just tell me about this.
Well, there's a lot of components that never went into production. So all the 4 custom Cadillacs that were made for the show had these power window switches, door handles, the escutcheon, the rear view mirror on the dashboard, the side view mirrors. Never went into production. And I actually have the blueprints to those items as well.
Wow.
Now here, Cadillac was the first in the industry to have side window defog. So when you close the door, it completes the duct and it blows, circulates air up through the window to prevent your side windows from fogging for safety.
That's amazing. All right, let me just show a couple of other features on this side. And as I come over here, you see that there. A big cushy seat. It's got the chrome, the leather. You can see that material there. Just wonderful. Let me have you hop on the other side because there's some features in this car that I'd like you to explain on that. That's wonderful right there. And as you push the accelerator, that's how you start it?
No, you turn the key and there's a starter button.
Got it. So let me just feature that. There's your starter button. Above that, you have your airplane-like toggles. For your heat, I want to feature some of these things here. Okay. And as I work my way around, one of the reasons why I had you jump in is, well, what is that?
Well, that is because this car went to C.E. Wilson, president of General Motors, he had a two-way shortwave Motorola two-way telephone put in this car. That's why you see the short antenna on the roof. So this, you would turn the key on, and you would turn this switch on, and that activates the telephone, and that is the actual telephone number of this car in 1949 in Detroit, where he would actually call. There's no doubt he would have called that telephone console from the Clark Avenue assembly plant.
And I'll show that console right now. This is the actual telephone console that came from the Cadillac factory on Clark Avenue in Detroit from 1930 to 1992. That was how it actually had the information, like so. Just like that. And as we're back, let's see, show me how that phone works. Let's see if there's anyone on the line. Anyone on the line on that
Nope,
one?
nobody.
Can we talk to the president of General Motors maybe or something like that? That's great. All right. Well, Steve, the only thing that's left on this amazing car is, and I want to show that, tell me about the roof line too.
Well, they made it to look like a convertible. So you've got the chrome ribs and the trim around the, all the way around the entire perimeter, as a matter of fact, to make it look and simulate like a convertible hardtop.
That's wonderful. I think we need to take it for a ride.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. Get in, I see the Cadillac crest. I feel like a General Motors executive in this car. And,
Yeah, you'd be in good company.
yeah, good company right now. So I guess the question everybody wants to ask is, how do you get a General Motors prototype demo car when they usually scrap them?
Because C.E. Wilson wanted this car. He was the president of General Motors, so what he wanted, he got. And he got 2 of the 4, actually.
So they didn't scrap this. Did they scrap the other ones? Like, is the
I don't know
convertible
what
gone, or?
Nobody knows what happened to the other 2 Cadillacs.
Yeah, so this is it. There's only 2 from that Motorama, and you have the 2 that are known to exist.
2 of the 4 oldest surviving Motorama dream cars.
Wow.
They were called dream cars in the day.
Does it drive like a dream, or is it not a dream?
No, it actually doesn't.
It drives good?
No, it's
Terrible?
it's got the bias ply tires on it, and it's very powerful.
Okay.
It's like a muscle car of the era with the 57 Eldorado engine.
Yeah, right.
It's very powerful. It's very smooth with the automatic transmission.
You can hear it. It sounds great.
Yeah, got a good sound to it as well.
Let's just show you where we're at.
Probably if it had radial tires on it, it would track a little bit straighter on these uneven country roads.
So, do you drive it often, or?
Well, with 83 cars in the collection, I don't drive any of them often. But
It's a wonderful problem to have.
yeah, they're all driven each year.
So how do you know when to drive this one? Lou has to come up from Illinois, to Canada?
Yeah, you're
We have to.
first time out this year.
Yeah, first time out this year. Wow, this is really a real treat to be able to be in this car. Show that again with the telephone. Man, that is just amazing.
The movie boys have taken over our spot.
Yeah. That's just great.
Always foreign cars.
Is that right? Well, what an amazing car. What an amazing ride. Steve, thanks so much for taking it out. Thanks so much for being on My Car Story.
Well, I'm glad you came.
Thank you.